In this video, we're going to be using Zingari Man, the Duo Barrel Proof, and the Blackland Blackbird. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And today we're honoring two great guys, Mel and Nate from BBS Live. And we're using Zingari Man, the Duo Barrel Proof, and you'll notice their logo on the soap there. We'll get into this in just a minute, but first we have some Stirling coffee because it's still Stirling week. We're not gonna stray too far off the Stirling path. This is Guatemalan in the BBS Live mug. Really good stuff. Here's to you all. All right, awesome. Stirling coffee is good stuff for sure. Okay, so the soap today is Zingari Man, the Duo Barrel Proof. And you might remember, I don't know how many months ago, but they had the release of the Duo. And I was very disappointed, quite frankly, with that soap. The scent just wasn't popping. It was very lightly scented, and it was, to me, a disappointment. But this one, they came back with a vengeance. They had Raza do the label from Shaving with Raza. Beautiful label, beautiful soap. You definitely get the elements of the scent now. I'll put them for you right there. Bourbon, sandalwood, oakwood. And I'm telling you what, this one is done right. You get the scent. It's about medium strength. I know Nate and Mel says, Heather says she thinks it's strong, but it's about squarely in that medium range. It is a very nice, unique scent to my nose, and I think they've done a very good job with this version of the soap. This is the Sago base tallow. We'll show you the ingredients right there, and the cost for this one is $23.95 for 5 ounces, and on a cost chart there, that is a fair price of $4.79. This goes on sale tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern at the Zingari Man website. So check it out if you please and honor Nate and Mel, and we will surely do that today. The razor today is the Blackland Blackbird, which is a terrific razor, and I'm using the Willys blades. This runs $185, stainless steel, 303 stainless, made here in the US. They list aggression at about 7 out of 10. Fantastic razor, I love it. Okay, so it's still Stirling week though, so we're gonna start off with a little bit of Stirling mentholated pre-shave soap, just to get that going a little bit. It's still Stirling week, but we wanted to use the barrel proof before it went live, so you guys will know about it, and also honor my good friends, Nate and Mel. One thing I wanna ask of you today, and rarely do I ask anything of you. Melly Mel of Melly Mel Shaves has had a YouTube channel for 5 years, and he is about to finally hit 1,000. He's at 940. I need 60 of you to go over there to Melly Mel, subscribe, and tell him IAMCDB sent you. He is a good friend. I do vouch for Mel. Yes, he's over the top enthusiastic, but don't punish Mel because of his enthusiasm. He's just always spreading love, good vibes, and he has had a channel for 5 years. He's just now hitting that close to 1,000. It would mean the world to him. If you put him over 1,000, it would mean the world to me also. And I promise you, he is a legitimately good guy with a good heart. He's been doing this for a long time. I know that, people get bummed out about the growth of their channels, and Mel has too, but he's never blamed anybody else. He's never been critical of anybody else. He's never said anyone else is the problem or clicks or anything like that. He just goes about his business in a positive way. And please give him a sub and understand that Mel is an enthusiastic guy. He loves the hobby. He loves people, and I love Mel. And so I would really appreciate it if you would help Mel out. So we have the Stirling Kong here for a brush, and we have a nice creamy lather with the Zingari. Now, I did use about twice as much soap as I normally use, which I found to be necessary with some soaps like this one. But if you do, it will yield a very creamy lather. You're going to be rewarded with a very good lather, but this one, for me, requires a little more product than, say, Stirling. And so when I'm coming off a heavy dose of Stirling, using it 4 or 5 days in a row, this one, a little bit more product, and took me a little more time to lather, but it's just because it's whatever you're used to. If you use this every day, you would lather it on autopilot. But Stirling, on a very little amount of soap, will yield a lot of lather, and a good high quality lather. And this one will yield a good high quality lather, but for me, requires just a little bit more product, and there's no problem with that. This is a really nice scent on this sub. I can tell you that right now. They've done a great job really working together on this one. The first one, just for me, and I hated to say it, but you got to be honest, because I didn't want my viewers to go run out and buy it and go, there's almost no scent in this. Some people liked it. A lot of us did not, but this one I think is done right. The scent is by no means overpowering. It's by no means, it's not going to make you smell like you just left a distillery or anything like that. But it's a just really beautiful blend that just comes together. It's what I would call an easygoing scent. Just really nice, smooth, easygoing scent. And I do like it. And honestly, I'm quite happy to have purchased it and supported Nate and Mel. And Nate is another guy who, prior to last year, I've known him for some years now, because he's been in the shaving group. But he was never super active. He posted in the groups. But last year, they started their show on BBS Live. And both of them, just through hard work, positivity, and just effort, have really made a name for themselves in this community, giving away items on their show. And man, what a smooth shaver this Blackbird is. Woo-wee. Anyway, sorry about that. I was taken by how nice that feels. But he's another guy that just by effort, goodwill, good vibes, they've gained quite a following on Instagram. And in my opinion, rightly so. They're hardworking guys. They really contribute a lot. And again, it has not been easy for either of them in this hobby. But never one time did they mope and go, oh, it's all these other guys who are friends and they won't let me in and all this kind of stuff, or clicks or all this stuff. It was just about effort, hard work. You see them in the rooms. You see them on Instagram. You see them basically all over the place. Like they're putting in that effort. And people are noticing and following their show and just having a good time. It's just about fun for them. They love to talk about bourbon, during their show and other things, of course, as well. But I'm going to tell you, I respect what they have done in this hobby, because it did not come easy for either of them. Because Nate's been around for a while, and up until last year, a lot of people didn't know him. But they decided to start the show on Instagram, and the rest is really history. And I really respect the way they've done things, just doing things positive, high energy, high effort. And I really appreciate that. And at no time have I ever seen my good friend Mel. And Mel and I talk on the phone from time to time. We text. And I do vouch for him. He is a good guy, I promise you. A really good guy. So I'm asking you again, please give him a sub. I know his style is over the top. It's high level enthusiasm, and that's not for everybody, but you won't find a better guy. You won't find a nicer guy. And you won't find a guy that's worked any harder. And again, what really means the world to me about Mel is that he's taken everything in stride. He's been a long-time hobbyist. He's been doing this since, I think we might have first encountered each other maybe back in 2012, maybe somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe even earlier. I don't remember. But he's never complained, and he's never blamed anybody else for his lack of subs or anything like that on YouTube. He's just worked at it, continued to plug away. I know he's been down about it at times. And let's face it, everyone who makes content on YouTube, they want people to view it and enjoy it, and they want to have those interactions. And, everybody wants people to view those videos. But Mel has always appreciated the views that he has. And he's never been one of those people that make a video and then they go, oh, I'm leaving, because in my opinion, when you announce that you are leaving because of lack of subs, what does that say to the viewers you have? Are they not important? But Mel has always loved this hobby, and that has been paramount to him. he hasn't always gotten the following that he wants, and none of us do. I mean, we always want more. But Mel has always appreciated the followers that he has, the subs that he has. And I appreciate you also. It has not been easy for me either. I've been a grinder probably like no one else, or very few, in terms of the amount of effort, time, and content I put in. And I appreciate all of you. And you're never going to hear in this on my channel me say I'm leaving because of I don't have enough subs. Because I appreciate each and every one of you, and I mean that. It means a lot to me that you're here and that you're coming back. And especially for you folks that are commenting every single day and saying a kind word. That means a lot to me. That brightens my day. It's important to me. You are important to me. And you're also important to Mel. And so I know I've gotten preachy on that, but I just hope you'll consider subscribing to Mel, because he is one of the good people in this hobby. I promise you. And I know he's over the top enthusiastic, but don't hold enthusiasm against people. The folks who really want to be high level participants of the hobby, please don't hold that against them. I know it was done to me early on when I started years ago. No one helped me early on. No one mentioned my channel. There was no one that put that reached out their hand and said, hey, let me help you along this journey. Not until later when I got in some of the groups and met some people in the Razor and Brush Facebook group, and met some people who I developed relationships with. Then, things started to click, but a lot of it was just effort, and Mel is that guy too. And so I hope you'll consider, giving him a sub. We need 60 of you. So if you do sub to Mel, or if you plan to, please comment below. And I will really appreciate that. And again, that's not lip service when I say it. I mean it. All right. We don't want to drone on endlessly about Mel, but today when I'm using their soap, I wanted to talk a little bit about them. And Nate too. We give Nate a hard time. We call him Low Scent Skeletor. We have a lot of fun, and he takes it in stride. And they are guys that I'm happy to call my friends, guys that I talk to on a regular basis. And I'm proud to be using their soap today. And yes, I bought it a second time, even though I didn't like the first one, just because that's the type of guys they are. And I love them both, and that comes from the heart. I don't know, I really appreciate what they're doing. And I think a lot of other people do too. And boy, I tell you what, using this soap today, and it this time around, it being where it should be, you can even get the bourbon in this. I think there's actually real bourbon in this, by the way. So again, this goes on sale. What is it? Saturday, tomorrow, at 1 p.m. Eastern. And so if you want to support Nate and Mel, at least their brand, they don't get any money off of this, but if you want to support them, you can buy the soap. But it won't cost you a thing to go follow them on BBS Live on Instagram, or sub to Mel's channel, Melly Mel Shaves, which I will link below for you. Won't cost you a thing, and I promise you, when you do so, it's going to make his day. Especially if you tell him I'm a new sub, I came from IAMCDB, I promise you he will appreciate it. There's no one more appreciative than Mel, and I assure you that he's never going to make a video where he comes on there and goes, I don't have time to answer your comments. I don't have time to do this and that, or I'm leaving because there's not enough of you. He appreciates you. That's what it's all about. All of us who make content should respect the viewers and the amount of time that you are giving us. It's truly a gift, and Mel appreciates it, and I do too. And Nate also will appreciate when you're attending their shows on Instagram, a follow, a like. It means a lot. It really does, folks. So I hope that message is not too rambly, but really nice dudes. I haven't said a thing about the razor today. Fantastic. The Blackbird, I love it. Phenomenal razor. I tried this early on before it was released even. It was still in prototype years ago. And at that time, the razor itself sort of had some sharp edges to it. And although I liked it, I didn't love it. So it took me until last year, or maybe even this year, I can't remember, to get it, because I just never followed back up with it. It was a nice shaver, but I thought the way it was designed, at the time, the edges on the razor itself were sort of sharp. And while it provided a terrific shave, I didn't think it was necessarily as comfortable as it could be. But now it is magnificent. He's tweaked it from that initial design years ago, and it is a phenomenal shaver. And the Willys blade here is a good blade, by the way. It's feeling nice and smooth. You can get that blade, by the way, at the razor company. That's where I got it. Very nice blade. Very nice shave all around today. And this soap is quite slick, very good quality, very good scent. Heather and Nate and Mel have done a great job with this one. It's an honor to use it. It will always be here with me. And every time I use it, I will think of Nate and Mel. And again, even that first launch, it wasn't easy for them. These are two guys that things just didn't come easy for. And if I'm being honest, rarely does it come easy in this hobby. This is a small niche or niche hobby with not a lot of people in it. So to get any sort of following takes a lot of effort, a lot of grinding. And one thing about Nate and Mel, they certainly give their time. They do their share of grinding. They do it in a positive way. And I really respect that. I do. And so today, although it's Stirling week, we had to use this soap, but we got other Stirling products, like I said, so no worries. That we had the Kong, we had the coffee, we got a little, we had the pre-shave, and we also have witch hazel after this. So let me rinse, then we'll come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back in off cam. We did a warm water rinse, and then we followed that with the Stirling alum, no stinging. So the Blackbird with the Willys, even on the Willys blade, which is right here, even on shave 3, very smooth. So I think I might actually use this another time or two. Very, very nice. It shaved close, brother. Then we did a cold water rinse, and then we toweled off with our Lancaster towel before applying the Stirling. This is unscented witch hazel with menthol, which was very, very nice. Today, we used the barrel proof, the duo barrel proof from Zingari, man. Great, easygoing scent. I absolutely loved it. It is great. And this goes on sale Saturday, which will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. And listen, if you don't plan to buy the soap to support Nate and Mel, follow BBS Live and give Mel a sub on YouTube. Listen, when you're making content in this hobby, it's tough to get a following. And when it is tough, you can do one of two things. You can be a moper who blames your lack of success on other people and any number of things, or you can be a Mel, someone who grinds, someone who's positive, someone who forms relationships, and someone who just doubles down and keeps going. And I hope you will reward Mel for his drive, for his determination. He is truly a great guy. The Blackbird razor today was phenomenal, absolutely stellar. I loved it. I'm going to close it out today with this splash. This is the barrel proof splash from Zingari, man. I've never tried one of their splashes before, so this should be interesting. Sort of has a milky consistency to it. And let's put it on. Smells great, feels great, and we'll see how it goes later on. But man, I tell you what, they got this one right. So if you guys are interested, check it out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.